Right here in my hand, I hold one of the biggest lies the American people have ever been told. And this lie is so big, you're still not going to believe me when I tell you that it's a lie. And most of you will ignore this, but it's a lie. Got to excuse the girls. They're happy I'm out here this morning because they're happy because I'm happy. That lie is the food pyramid. I'm going to put that up on your screen. You can follow along with me, but let's take a quick look at this thing. This is the 1992 version. Now, I was taught some of this in grade school, I believe, but they've changed it. I can't remember exactly how it was, but I know there's some things on this new one. Wasn't on the old one. Now, this was first conjured up in Sweden, and we adapted it to our own needs and changed it. But it's a big lie, folks. And then I'm going to tell you what this big lie is costing you. You're not going to believe how much money that is. Now, it says here on the food pyramid, it's got at the top, the things that are the worst for you, according to USDA, fats, oils, and sweets. Well, they've got two of them somewhat right. Sweets, yeah, not good for you. Oils, seed oils, vegetable oils, not good for you. Olive oil is good for you. There are a few other oils that can be good for you. But fats you have to have. Fats are a necessity, and they don't want you consuming anything with fat. You have been brainwashed to think low fat is good, when in fact things like low fat milk are some of the worst things you can consume. They want you to believe that. If we go down, and now it gives these servings, vegetables, they want you to have 3 to 5 servings a day. You don't need any of them. You do not need vegetables. Okay, we'll get into that in another video, but you do not need vegetables. Recently, I started adding green beans and a few things back into my carnivore lifestyle. And after thinking on that, and after some of your comments from other carnivores, I'm dropping all of it. I don't need them. I don't want them. That's right. I can adapt as well as anyone else. But when I think back, before I added them, why did you do that? Because you're feeling great, the best you've ever felt in your life. There's no need for vegetables. You didn't need them then. You certainly don't need them now. So no more vegetables for me. Move over to the right of the food pyramid, and you have fruits. 2 to 4 servings. This is daily, guys, I believe. I believe this is a daily guide, okay? Who's going to eat all this? Fruits are good, they're tasty, some can be healthy, but most fruits, when you put them into your mouth, turn into sugar. So if you are obese, you are diabetic, you can't have fruits. And you don't need fruits. We do not need fruits in our life. If we needed fruits, God would have made us with giraffe necks. Would he have not? I believe so. In fact, what's the forbidden fruit? The apple? Yeah. Just a side thought there. We move on down. Milk, yogurt, and cheese. 2 to 3 servings. Now, there are cheeses I eat. There are cheeses you can eat on carnivore. Cheese is an animal product made from an animal. Milk. Some people on carnivore enjoy some milk. Good vitamin D whole milk or raw milk, which we don't have available in our stores. Why? Because it's good for you. It's got to be pasteurized. And when it's pasteurized, it takes out all the nutrients. But I used to drink almost a gallon of milk a day. Almost. Probably 3/4 of a gallon a day. And I did this for years. Oh my God, I think back. But I never bought into the low-fat idea. Skim milk, low-fat, 1%, 2%. The lower you go, the worse they are for you. So if you're going to drink milk, drink whole milk. Okay, if you're buying it from the store, drink whole milk. If you can get it straight from the cow, that is the best way. Yogurt. I do believe some people eat yogurt on carnivore, but again, I'm not sure. I don't eat goat yogurt. I don't care for it, so I would have to look into that. Now, Over to the right, it says meat, poultry, fish, dry beans, eggs, and nuts. Most of those on carnivore you can consume. Not nuts and not beans. I used to eat a lot of beans. I made a pot of beans at least in the winter. I'd have a pot of beans every couple of weeks. I'd throw the ham and all these things in there, and everything I put in there with it was no good for me. And beans do things to your system that we don't enjoy. So on carnivore, we do not eat beans, okay? Eggs, you eat a lot of eggs. They got one thing right. Eggs, I always say it's probably the most perfect food on earth is the egg. You can fry it, you can scramble it, you can poach it, you can do all kinds of things with an egg. You can put eggs in meat. You can do a lot of things with eggs. They are very healthy for you. So eggs, yes, they got that right. Nuts, no nuts in the carnivore lifestyle. Not saying they're bad for you, but there are videos, I think Dr. Barry covers about nuts. If you're going to eat nuts, some are bad for you. Okay, some we should not be eating. Peanuts, things like that are just, there's a reason so many people are allergic to nuts. Yep, think about that one. And moving on down, now this one is the biggest one that they have, okay? They want you to eat the hell out of this stuff. Now listen clearly. Breads, cereals, rice, and pasta. Breads are not good for you. It doesn't matter what kind of bread. I don't care if Jesus ate bread. I don't care if that's what they ate in the Bible and all that. Bread is not good for you. Because what we tend to do is eat too much of it. And the breads that we have today are totally different from breads that, well, Jesus might have broke bread with the rest of them. It isn't the same breads. Everything is processed, okay? Have you ever looked at a bread ingredient label? It's pathetic. And if you think wheat bread is better for you, think again. It's worse for you than white bread. You're learning something here, aren't you? I hope not. I hope by now you should know these things. Cereals. There isn't one cereal out there on the market that is good for you. In fact, cereal is the number one thing humans eat. One of the number one things that is the worst for you. They don't care if it says it's healthy on the box. Healthy grains are bad for you. And some people eat it religiously every morning. Have you ever noticed the cereal aisle in the grocery store, how big it is? Some stores have 2 cereal aisles. There's so much cereal. They want you buying it. It is a billion dollar industry. Cereal. They think by eating cereal, you're going to believe you're healthy when you're not. Cereal is doing more harm than good for you. Rice. I get this argument all the time. Well, that's all they eat in Asia, and the Asians, that's all they eat it, and they're never fat. Do they have the same stuff in their rice that we do? Okay, let them eat what they want. Maybe they are different than us metabolically. I don't know what it is, but rice, what we get here in America, is not good for you. Okay, I don't know all the specifics. There's other people channels for that. I'm just telling you. You don't eat rice on carnivore. Things I'm telling you are the things we do not eat on carnivore. And this is how we feel so good. Why do we feel so good when we don't consume these things? There's got to be a reason, right? And pasta. My nemesis. Man, I had pasta at least 2 to 3 times a week. I would make huge, big pots of spaghetti. Buy the cheapest spaghetti noodles, which were the worst. Lasagna, it didn't matter. If it was pasta, if it was Italian food, I loved the hell out of it. I would still like it. But I noticed when I quit eating that stuff and started carnivore, how good, I feel so, see, it's got me speechless. Let's just say I've never felt this good in my life for this continued amount of time. So the food pyramid is a bunch of crap. Doctors will also tell you don't consume salt. On carnivore, we use plenty of salt. In fact, every morning, I use this stuff called keto chow, which is primarily all salt, and I put it in my water because your body needs salt. Your body needs these things. Your body needs cholesterol. That's right. Oh, my doctor says I can't have any cholesterol. Yes, your brain needs it. You need it. Everything that they tell you is bad for you is usually good for you. And the things they're telling you that are good for you is bad for you. Pretty sure dogs are going to come retrieve that. They must have moved on. Now let's get into some numbers, guys. This is something you really need to listen to. I did a little research. I wanted to know what dollar amount is made off of unhealthy people. People that are running to the doctors several times a year. People that are obese. People that are not healthy. People that have heart problems. What kind of industry is that? And we're including a lot of different industries. Insurance, healthcare. We're also including pharmaceutical and food industries. If the big total, the total of all this together, and this was a 2023 report. Okay, this is a mixture of different reports the government has, different reports. I don't know where I figured it out. You do your own research. It's going to come up like this too. Total U.S. health spending 2023, $4.9 trillion. Not billion, trillion with a T. Now, do you know why they don't want you to be healthy? Do you know what these kind of videos like I'm making do to this industry? As people get off of the food pyramid and start eating right, they don't like it. I don't make much money off these videos because the advertisers, they don't want to place an ad on these videos. In fact, my entire channel doesn't make what a normal channel would make because of these videos that I make just for you. Now, the share of that tied to people with chronic and mental health conditions, the CDC, now if you can believe any of these people, put at 90% of national health expenditures, okay? 4.4 trillion in revenue tied to unhealthy Americans. They're saying 4.4 trillion in revenue is tied to unhealthy people. This is just America. This isn't the world. And I will add, a lot of countries do not allow certain things in their food like we do in America. We are very laxed with our food production here. They want you unhealthy. Prescription medications, $435 billion in 2023, largely for chronic conditions. Okay, and then they're listing Ozempic and things like that, $71.7 billion alone. So people are trying to lose weight by taking a pill, but they want to eat them same foods, the pastas, and they want to abide by that food pyramid. God forbid you slip off of that. Some people don't go by any pyramid. They eat what they want. They buy what they want. They're given too much money in government aid, and they're filling these carts with ho-hos, honey buns, and cases of soft drinks. You see it all the time. I do. Insurance. Let's see. Private health insurance spending, $1.46 trillion in 2023. They want you to have good insurance. Yep. Because the insurance companies pay these other companies, the healthcare. They have to have it. Money made by health insurers beyond medical claims. Premiums mostly pass through to pay medical claims, which are already counted in number one, whatever. By rule, insurers must spend 80 to 85% of premiums on care. With 1.1 trillion in 2023 direct written health premiums, that implies roughly 15 to 20% goes to administration, sales, and profit. Think of this slice as the insurer take. Yeah, 165 to 220 billion profit. Now here is where it gets interesting. The bad health related industries. They sell products that make you sick, that make you obese, that make you feel like crap. We already know what they are, but let me go over it. Tobacco. They make 75 to 85 billion a year selling you cigarettes, smokeless tobacco, cigars, pipe tobacco, whatever it is you smoke that's tobacco. They're making money off you. I imagine they're making a whole lot less these days because fewer people smoke. Fewer people use these products. Alcohol. That's always been a big one. Beer, wine, and spirits. 200 to 250 billion dollars a year. That's a lot of money for some booze. You can get a lot of stuff for that kind of money. Soft drinks. What do you think that is? $286 billion a year you are spending on Pepsi, Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Mountain Dew, or even the Sam's Club brand. That is a lot of gatus, man. That's a lot. Fast food. This is one of the worst epidemics in our country, I believe. Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's, they all ought to be closed down tomorrow. They have created so many problems in our country, it's not even funny. Who even cares about the jobs? Now they're trying to eliminate as many jobs as they can by going automated. But they make $148 billion a year selling you that quarter pounder with cheese. It doesn't matter if you pull the pickles off and chunk them out the window and let the birds eat them. They're getting their money. Everything is tied to greed. Everything is tied to making money. Everything is tied to keeping you down, man. Don't you get it? The food pyramid has been a big lie. It's taught in our schools to children, young ages. Well, we got to eat this. The school lunches that are served in these schools, they're not nutritious like you've been led to believe. Most of them are processed foods that come in bulk. If you think your child's eating healthy, think again. You may not see any unhealthy results because, well, he's a child. When they're at school, they're going to recess. I don't even know if they still do that. They're running around. Kids don't gain weight like adults do, but you are seeing a major uptick in obese children. I see it every time I go to town and them kids are waiting out at the bus. I'm like, man, these kids are eating well. No, they're not eating well. They're eating the wrong kinds of food. Now, I'm not going to go back and show you what I looked like 18 months ago. There's plenty of videos on that. But I was well over 300 pounds. I've lost over 100 pounds of that. Buying clothes is aggravating because I got this as an extra large a few weeks ago and it swims on me. I don't know what size to buy anymore. So I'm just going to order some new large ones because I am a big guy. I'm 6'1". My man boobs are almost all gone. When they're gone, I'm going to whip this shirt off and show you guys what a 60-year-old man with no man boobs looks like. I can't promise when that video is going to be. They'll probably ban it and take me off YouTube forever. Do I got to shave my chest for you? I don't think I'm going to do that because men don't take the hair off their body. Do you understand me? We just don't do that. So it is a big lie. You do know, I mean, most of you will admit the government does not tell you the truth. The government is the instigator in all this. They do not want Americans to be healthy because all of these healthcare, all these industries, they're fueling the economy. We have to find a way in our country to fuel the economy a little differently because this is making people sick. This is making people die earlier. The length of time we live should be rising, and they're telling you it is, but it isn't. I see the obituaries all the time. People my age or younger are dying, and I look at their picture in their obituary, and they were very obese. That is why they died young, because it probably gave them a heart issue, diabetes. There are so many issues that being overweight causes, and it's up to you to make the change. I tell anybody, you want to really expose a lie, Do carnivore for 30 days. Try it for 30, maybe 60 days, and then see how much difference you feel. You will know you are being lied to right away, because you're going to feel better than you have in years. If you have inflammation, bad knees, bad back, inflammation in those areas, you won't have it anymore. You will be able to throw out your pills, all the pills you take. You won't need them because you're going to be normal. Your blood pressure will be normal. Your blood sugar will be normal. Now that could take time. That could take time. I'm not telling you throw your pills out and do carnivore. No. You need to monitor those things, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, number one and two. When you see those things drop, then wean yourself off of those things. Don't just, and I am not a doctor, so I really can't, you know. It's basically this, folks. You have to take a chance. You're taking a chance every day by eating the crap that you're eating, shoving cake and everything else down, and then people are going to worry about, well, are they going to die if they stop taking their pills? Well, you are going to die if you don't do anything about it and you keep taking your pills. That I can promise you. Is that a scare tactic? I don't know. I don't have to do these videos, and I wouldn't do them if I didn't feel wonderful. You can go back in my videos, look at me 2 years ago, and look at me now. Look at my face, look at my neck, look at my gut. I don't know if you can see. I don't have that no more. And I have energy. I'm completing projects, I'm doing things. Life is great, man. And I just wanted you to know, okay? You don't have to do anything. You can keep taking the pills and eating the garbage and the pasta and all that. That's on you. But you can change. It's not that hard. And you'd be surprised, it's not expensive. Thanks for watching. Happy trails. Give me some comments. Give me some good ones, man. I want to see.